See, now what we're not gonna do is act like this movie is not a ripoff of Friday. This is totally a Friday, next Friday, Friday after next adjacent type of situation. They literally said Craig and Day Day, but make it Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss The Wash. Now this movie is from 2001 and it stars Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Now before we get into all things Sean and D-Loc, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, then we're going to come back and discuss. This movie is so stupid. This is such a stupid film. Solely surviving off of nostalgia, early 2000s nostalgia. Xzibit, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dr. Dre, all in the same place at the same damn time? What?
And when the cops came through, me and Dre stood next to a burnt down house with a can full of gas and a handful of matches and still weren't found out. So from here on out, it's a chronic too. Starting today, tomorrow's the dawn. And I'm still loco enough to choke you to death with a Charleston. Slam shady. Hotter than a set of twin babies. And a Mercedes being with the windows up when the temp goes up to the mid-80s.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this movie. But before we jump into the film, I have to give a shout out to the person who paid for and requested this film. So if you happen to kidnap Mr. Washington, it's not because of me, it's because of this person right here. Thank you so much for supporting me and paying for this content. Now getting into this movie was written and directed by DJ Pooh, aka Red from Friday. My grandmama gave me this chain, he gon' cry in the car. Now, if you've ever watched this film and felt like the premise was really familiar, it's because not only was DJ Pooh a music producer for some of West Coast artists' most classic albums, but he also wrote and directed movies like Friday and Three Strikes. With me not really watching it in quite some time, I never really realized just how similar it was to movies like Next Friday and Friday After Next, all the way down to the apartment that they were living in. I swear, I thought Miss Pearly was gonna come upstairs and say, "Shut up, I know somebody who like it." All the way down to Tiny Lester Jr., aka Debo, being here. This is definitely a mix between those movies as well as the car wash film from 1976 that starred Bill Duke and Richard Pryor. This movie is such an early 2000s affair. I really found myself enjoying the watch, even though it is such a bad film. Seeing artists like Kurupt, Truth Hurts, Ludacris' ass showing up going shimmin' in the wood. He didn't say that. He said old trough mouth ass nigga, but still he's here, all the way down to someone like Shaquille O'Neal showing up to shake the loose change out of Hakeem Campbell's pockets. The fashion, the pagers, the music, watching 106 in Park. This could be a trip down memory lane if you wanted to. Now right away we are introduced to roommates D-Loc and Sean, who are more frenemies than actual best friends. Meeting Sean, he is getting fired from Foot Locker. He is about to get his whole head blown off by Cuz Maniac because we trying to pick up a female. Man, that's a female. Somebody tried to pull a gun out on you, Cuz you almost got shot. Nigga, you saw me almost get shot. I saw you start the car. Sean is having a hard time. Not only have we lost our job, but we have a boot on our car. We're currently catching the bus and we are in the process of getting evicted. Sean needs a new job and he needs a new job quick before they lose their apartment. Sound familiar, don't it? In comes gun-toting, braggadocious, always eager to fire an employee, Mr. Washington, to give Sean a break and make him an assistant manager at the Wash. In spite of his connection to fellow employee and best friend D-Lo, who is unreliable, lazy, and only cares about two things: getting high and his constant hotation of women. You know, the type of women that pull up and try to get the D from Jimmy Bones in a busted and disgusting, dirty, ratchet bathroom on a single paper towel. Just D-Lo only cares about D-Lo buying $500 worth of weed, even though they are about to get evicted and the water has been cut off. You know, since the water has been cut off, we got 3 days to pay the rent. Since you balling so hard, why don't you just, go on and pay the whole thing? Please, get down on your motherfucker. I ain't paying a damn thing. Dr. Dre's character of Sean was putting a whole lot on it. D-Lo had his half of the rent money. Are you a roommate or do you want to be homeless? You don't get to talk shit and fuck up the bathroom if you don't have your half of the money. Now, with this being a Friday adjacent type of movie, of course we are introduced to a whole host of black characters who are from the late 90s to the early 2000s that have roles here but don't really add any substance to the movie or have any real things to do. If you wanted some character development, this is not the right movie for you. We are here to strictly fill up screen time. Of course, we have the rude front desk chick, unstable creatures who is constantly ready to leave and go on break. We have Lamont Bentley, aka Hakeem Campbell, RIP to him, amongst 3 of the other employees like him who don't want to work, want to raise, yet we consistently steal the money out of your wallet, the change out of your cup holder. We might even take the goddamn napkins out the glove compartment. Everyone is extremely interchangeable. We got Pauly Shore popping up, Pop Ghost, the Weasel in a freaking trunk. We got Bruce pulling up. A lot of comedians are here as, the overweight security guard with the high water pants. And of course, Tiny Lester Jr., who I spoke on earlier, being here doing what he does best, being buff. The only person I found to be really comedic in this movie for me that got any laughs out of me at all is Alex Thomas. He is a face that is known, but you may not know his name. I feel like he does a lot with any role that he is giving, making it memorable, being really funny, and things like The Jamie Foxx Show, Don't Be a Menace While Drinking Your Gin and Juice in the Hood, or Players Club. Now, though all the other side characters working at the Wash are interchangeable, we do give Eminem of all people some personal traits to make him identifiable, even though we don't really see him and he is making these threats in this red lit room. Chris is here as this ex-disgruntled employee who wants nothing more than to kill Mr. Washington. I got the mother AK and I'm gonna spray every mother from around. I just could not I could not take anything Eminem was doing serious. I'm sure it was meant to be comedic. This is way before we got a chance to show, some of our acting chops in something like 8 Mile, but everything he had to say to Mr. Washington just came out to me like, Clinic Gay, Unique Renegade, like it's very, Mr. Dre, Mr. NWA, Mr. AK, coming straight out of Compton, y'all better make way. It's that, dot. Y'all know what it is. Now, we have problems arise between the roommates more than usual when we have Sean take his job a little bit more serious than everybody else. Very much so, holy moly donut shop. Like we get whistles, guns, flashlights, tasers. D-Lo gets caught on tape stealing. Look at that, stealing. Let me run it back. Stealing. I'm gonna let Sean decide what we need to do with him. Whether or not he wants to fire D-Lo, who takes it hella personal due to him not only getting him the job, but him being his so-called best friend and his roommate, and once again, him not having his half of the rent money. Say, cuz, look at this trying to run around here and kiss up to Mr. Washington. running around here acting like he the boss. Not you trying to impress Mr. Washington. Yes, he was, but Sean was just doing his job often better than the thieving, smoking bombs that were surrounding him. I swear everybody was lazy. I really hated the fact that we never figured out exactly what Snoop Dogg was stealing and stuffing into his pants on camera. Look at that, stealing. Let me run it back. Stealing. But at the same time, you don't have your half of the rent money. I suggest you sit over there and you eat your food. It was giving bomb. It was absolutely giving bomb. When we get into the dynamics of their friendship, it is really weird. From the sounds of it, it seems like D-Lo had been carrying them for quite some time when it came to the bills because he couldn't get on his feet. Though I may be sneaking to sell a little weed on the Wash premises, I'm not only doing this because I want to when I'm D-Lo, but I'm doing this because you can never seem to come up with your half. So I'm covering everything to make sure we have a roof over our heads. I swear I would have put him out. Sean would have ultimately been out on the street. Though Sean is trying to do his job and suck up to Mr. Washington so he can progress further in the business, hopefully pay some bills and get that damn boot off of his car, D takes this hella personal and tries to get back at him at every single opportunity. Like have, dirty sinkholes over when he is trying to get some sleep from a long day's work, passing him up, leaving him at that bus stop, icing him out not only at work, but in their home. But it's cool. We are gradually getting where we want to be next to Mr. Washington and our scheming ways, like using women in bikinis to boost traffic and overflow through the Wash. In comes the brief interlude of naked women and ass and titties. I was like, what? We could have brief, little dream-like sequence of Snoop Dogg and the type of women that he would have had in there. I would have had some sisters. He got these white women bouncing around here in bikinis with their little asses out. I would have had some black women up in there. Like it was little breastises, people washing cars, a real, sexist exploitation nakedness moment for absolutely no reason. But I was here for the naked bodies. It was all natural. What's up, girl? It was giving. Must be an ass because it ain't your face. I need a tip drill. Ow, a tip drill. Slides the credit card down the ass. It was nostalgia in that way for me. And I also love the fact that, Dre was, I can get some women in here. And it was automatically white women. Whereas you have Snoop, I would have had some beautiful black, sisters up in here. Like, I'm good with that. I'm good with all of that. The white women, they can definitely keep the beats by Dre. Ultimately, the further and further we get into this movie, you really feel like they were never friends to begin with. Like I didn't feel the love. I did not see any of the friendship. By the time we get into Sean's character faking and fronting due to him, seeing a very fine, beautiful, attractive woman at the Wash, deciding to lie about who he is, what he has, and what he does. Girl, I don't even work at the Wash. I'm just waiting on my BMW to come out the back. Sean had definitely been hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride trying to holler at me for months now. Not you macking in another nigga's jacket, buying roses, candles, sipping champagne. Like, I'm like, what kind of setup is this? Not you having money for roses, champagne, and candles in this whole setup, and you can't even pay your half of the rent. Now, I did enjoy the back and forth between Snoop Dogg and Dre, that whole bickering situation. Snoop Dogg turning up the music, peeking through the window, all of these type situations, smoking the weed, getting his life. Those were great moments. Even getting into the whole scenario, like, girl, y'all show was easy to impress all the way back then in the early 2000s. Like, what the hell you mean? I thought you sold insurance, girl. Not up in here with a roommate and this big back TV that has tape on it. He ain't selling no damn insurance. Like, oh really? All I got was a 40. So what y'all doing? Y'all up in here trying to shoot a pro now? Like, oh, so everybody's just dumb. It's all right. It's okay. The most entertaining portion of this movie for me is Mr. Washington getting kidnapped. When we bring in DJ Pooh, as that sidekick, this director, writer, in his own film, it seems to get a little bit funnier. From the illiterate ransom note being left behind, it was very much given, we got an urgent message for a nigga named Mr. Willie Jones. Just tell him he could call on Tyrone. It was giving a little bit of that. All the way down to none of the employees really low-key giving a damn about him being kidnapped. The idiotic, we got Mr. Washington. Nigga, what we want? We want 50 cents. Like, what, nigga? No, we need $50,000 here. We want $50,000 all in dubs, baby, dubs. No, we want 100 C notes, nigga, C notes. Like, those things were funny and entertaining. Now that we've called from our home phone, given our real names, it's us, the kidnappers, about 5 times. We want our money by midnight. Absolutely the dumbest criminals that you would ever want to meet. Yo, nigga, who you talking to? Nigga, who on the phone? It's the Census Bureau. Like, the who? Nigga, don't tell nobody out here. It's this sorry lady with the Census Bureau. I'm gonna have to call you back. Like, just absolutely stupid. By the time we came up with a plan to distract the likes of DJ Pooh and his little partner in crime, sending Sprinkle's hyperactive ass over with Truth Hurst to do a little dance to distract DJ Pooh, child, I was already tired. I was absolutely done with the film and I wanted it to be over. Him being literally 2 centimeters away from shooting Dr. Dre's character and not one bullet actually hits him. Chris's Eminem rolling up dressed in all black, still, trying to kill an urgent message for a nigga named Mr. Willie Jones. Mr. Washington, like, shooting up everything, like, it was still Clinic Gay, Unique Renegade. It just didn't do anything for me, even down to the fact of all of a sudden Dre and Snoop being besties again. Like, hold on, cuz, I can't let you shoot my nigga. I can't let you shoot Sean. Since when? Y'all have been pissed off at each other the entirety of the movie. The bond just wasn't there. This is just not that movie that I go back to for anybody's like real nostalgia. So bad it's good. Like, I love it. It's so funny. This is not that film for me. I would much rather, cross the street and go watch me something from the Friday franchise. Because unlike those movies, the movie doesn't really actually hold up that well. I will not be revisiting The Wash anytime soon. Well, you guys, that was my review for The Wash. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me what you think about this movie. Was I wrong? Does this movie just rock your world? Do you die? Do you have stomach cramps from the laughter that is coming up off of the screen? I would absolutely love to know. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Of course, I look forward to your comments and you hitting that like button. I see you guys next time for my next review. Bye.
Commissioner!